Yeah, I'm ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turnover. This is the way.
Yeah. What a great episode.
What a great season. Okay, so this is our Mandalorian Season 2 wrap-up pod special and all-out nerd-tacular. Because there's so much shit we have to talk about, so...
This is an extra episode of the Full Speed Podcast. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yay. I have to figure out, what are we... Yeah, it's, even though I think yesterday was the last day.
Merry Kwanzaa.
As you can see, Christmas came a bit early for the Mingalorian.
Yeah. I am here. I am hunting.
And speaking of Mandalorians, what a Christmas gift from Jon Favreau
and Dave Filoni. Yeah. Well, that was all from Jon Favreau's mind. That last one,
for sure.
Oh. Yeah. I felt like I needed a cigarette after watching that.
How happy do you think Mark Hamill was that he got the call from Jon Favreau?
I think he was overjoyed because
he's like, remember that shit show Last Jedi? Don't worry about that.
Remember how I was this broken, jaded old man?
Yeah, we're gonna fix that, and we're gonna make you what you were. Like literally, we're gonna make you what you were.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. As soon as you see that single X-wing flying in, like, oh.
Yeah. Spoiler alert for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're not like. If you haven't watched it so far, I literally titled Mandalorian Season 2 wrap-up podcast.
It was pretty sick. It was, I mean, I'm not a like big time Star Wars guy. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but it was. I mean, like every bit of fan service you could ask for a Star Wars. Like,
you know what it is? They are recreating things that I read about in books when I was a kid. Because I was from the age of 13 on when I first saw the original trilogy special edition in theaters. Like, I've dreamt of seeing some of the things that happened in the last, 12 hours or so, 14 hours since we've watched it.
Now, for anybody who's living under a rock or refuses to watch The Mandalorian, clearly it's the best. I would consider it the best show that is being streamed right now, bar none.
Yeah, this isn't. It has been incredibly formulaic. It has been like they've really stuck to this adventure of the week kind of thing, building towards one thing at the end. Yeah. But like what they built to over the last 3 weeks was so incredibly satisfying.
Now, would you say this season's better than the first
one? As a whole, narratively, yes.
Yeah, right. I would say so. Now you're starting to get into the thick of it. Because now, usually, when you get past that second season, now that's when the wheels come off, and you can start doing whatever you want. Especially when you have a successful season finale like that, because that's gonna have everybody talking for a while.
Once they started laying the groundwork for what I'm assuming is going to be their plans going forward, which is like a larger streaming Star Wars expanded universe.
Yeah.
I started to buy in more and more because again they dropped the T-bomb, the Thrawn bombshell on everybody, and I was just like, are they really doing this? Are they doing this? And then they had that investor meeting where they announced like 10 new shows all coming to Disney.
Now, are they all going to like? I assume they're all taken at different points in the Star Wars universe. They're all taking place at the same time.
There's like the Cassian Andor series is set in a different time. The Obi-Wan series is in a different time frame.
Now, do you think those two movies will cross over, or those shows will cross over? Right? Because
I don't think so.
Those theoretically would be taking place at the same time.
I kind of think the Cassian Andor thing might be just a one season off, like because that character was so good. Shout out to FMB coming through in the chats. I love you. It was.
That was the guy from Rogue One.
Yes. So that was like just a character that like got, because he was really the first Hispanic Star Wars star in any sort of movie. So it was a huge deal in that community. And they're just like, all right, yeah, let's get this character super over. Like, let's history making even. So
yeah,
let's
now,
roll with it. And Diego Luna is a great actor.
It's going to be like, I guess, like a spy thing.
I think it is. I think it's going to be kind of like a spy thriller, like
probably like that
Adventure
show,
of the Week kind of.
Yeah, like that show Blacklist.
Like Alias, like that kind of like.
They're like, got a new mission for you, Andor, and he's like, where do we go now? And they just send them.
I think what it should be. It should be him tracking the information about Galen or so that leads him to Rogue.
Guys, I'm sorry. Technical difficulty.
It happens. It happens to the best. We did have this whole dramatic thing where Ming was going to take the helmet off.
Sorry.
But
so now,
I apologize. Technical difficulty.
So, apart from Luke Skywalker, what was your favorite part of the episode?
The end, because the post credits
epilogue. The ending credits is great.
I'm gonna be like, I might be in the minority here, but I like the fight between Mando and Moff Gideon. That was pretty good.
That was pretty. Well, I just liked because you could see little bits of Gus Fring in the Moff Gideon character.
Yeah.
But it's a little more arrogance than plotting.
Yeah. I like that he. I don't know if anybody picked this up, but I picked it up rather quickly. That he basically used that fighting style from Game of Thrones. With the staff.
I like that the fighting style is like very realistic. Like he's not overpowering people. Like he takes damage.
Remember, in Game of Thrones, he used the staff against the mountain.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he kind of like did the same type when he did the foot thing where he flipped the stick right over.
Oh yeah, he kicked it over. Yeah,
that was awesome. Was all kind of like I was very impressed with that fight. I thought that was sick.
Yeah, like the fighting scene should like win an Oscar or something like that. Like it should be up for some awards.
There's a lot of stuff in there that's Emmy worthy.
For sure. Listen,
like performances and that's just that last sequence alone.
Yeah. I mean, it was like nonstop for 46 minutes. Like it started.
Yeah, it really was. Literally from as soon as
it starts, Boba Fett is chasing the
shuttle down.
The scientist. Yeah.
Yeah. And they had that little standoff in the cockpit, like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because sure, like there's some people more committed to the Empire than others. Like,
can we just like Dave Filoni knows how to put over strong women characters.
Oh yeah, I thought there was going to be a lot more upset men. Like, oh my god, women save the day, but it's like
4 of them in there.
That one chick she's very beefy, but she's like she's like that girl in TNA Impact, Jordan Grace.
Hey, Gina Carano.
Yeah, she's like beef, like she's thick.
Gina Carano can legitimately kick the shit out of you. She's an MMA fighter.
Yeah, and I'll let her.
She was an MMA fighter until Cyborg came along.
I know. Shut up. Go act.
I'll let her beat me up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. We don't have to talk about that.
Does she have an OnlyFans?
No. Gina Carano is a little bit more respectable than that.
Very much. She's a very respectable. I think a good Christian woman
that
believes in.
Greco was telling me he's like, what was the Asian chick's name?
Ming Na Wen.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I was like that girl's been doing that shit for decades. She's like 50.
I know. And she's oh man. Yellow don't mellow, man.
Yeah, she doesn't look a day over 30. I mean, it's impressive like how like they can, and like I'm a huge Katie Sackhoff fan, so I love Bo-Katan.
Right.
But like I said, they put over strong women characters. They got the Mando over. They still got Boba Fett over. Like Boba Fett had literally just the beginning and very, 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 very end, and he still got everything that he needed over. You're like, oh, Boba Fett's great.
Best part of them putting over the women characters, it wasn't forced. Like it made sense. Like other shows when they put over the woman character, it's forced. Like they push it down your throat. It was very like it made sense, so you didn't even care.
That's why I think Star Wars the universe is better at doing that, because the roles for women are like women. They're not so limited. Like in superhero movies, it's like a woman. Carol Danvers was just a very good pilot, and then she became like this overpowered god level character. Like Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow had to go through like rigorous KGB not like training to get her
George Lucas.
powers.
George Lucas started that shit from the get go. Princess Leia, but she was a
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
a question for you guys. Since you mentioned Black Widow, do you think it's going to be on the Disney app?
Yeah.
No, they're gonna hold that. That's the trump card because that in
You don't
one
think
week.
so?
I think in one weekend.
I don't think that's gonna make as much money as you think it's gonna.
Well, I think it's good. I think they're gonna
But
need it.
people are
No.
waiting for it though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're gonna like once things return back to normal, and
It
like,
all depends
that's
on
gonna be-
on how good WandaVision is and how good Falcon and Winter Soldier is.
I don't think WandaVision is going to be good. I don't think it's going to be good at all.
That's supposed to set up Doctor Strange.
I just
like-
don't think it's going to be good. I think it's not going to make sense. I think a lot of this stuff is going to go over people's heads.
it's definitely gonna go over people's heads. There will be people that will understand it.
But I'm telling you, dude, I think Marvel, this is going to be a down period. It's not going to be like bad down. I'm not saying like they're going to like lose money, but I don't think they're going to be seeing those record numbers anymore because Avengers.
Well, I just think that's gonna
you just can't.
that's gonna be a trend over the whole in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Do you
So,
think
I think
Wonder Woman is going to kill next week?
I think it'll do very well because everybody's home for Christmas. You just put on HBO Max, go to the theater. Although a lot of shit is closed in New York, so no one's going to theaters. So I think it'll do well on HBO Max because you got nothing to do unless you're gonna watch basketball all day long. And who's really gonna do that?
Knicks aren't playing, so I'm not gonna watch basketball.
Yeah. So you just,
Does it charge an extra fee for the Wonder Woman, or is just you automatically get it because
No.
you have a subscription?
you get it because
Yeah.
you have it because if you're sub to HBO Max, you'll get it.
And if you have HBO on your cable package, you already have it.
Yeah. So that's how I got
Which
it.
is like, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna watch it because you got it for free essentially, or you got it for whatever HBO Max is. But I'm like, I just feel like a lot of the Marvel movies. That's why they're throwing all these people in Spider-Man. You see this every week now. Oh, this guy is rumored. This guy's rumored. Because they just want to they want to dump.
Spider-Man Avengers.
Yeah, no, they want to blow their load because they're just like, yo, how the fuck do we top what we did? Like, how do you top
yeah,
that?
in Endgame. How do you top the end of Endgame?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what do we got to do? And it's just like, I just
You
don't
have
think,
to, you
Yeah.
have to at least reach that bar,
Yeah.
or like come
I
come
think,
close to going.
I think the success of Marvel movies will depend on how good the shows are. Like how, because these are like these Disney Plus shows are Marvel Studio shows. They're not Netflix Marvel Studios where it's kind of connected but it's not really connected. So like these
Implicitly, but not really.
these Disney Plus ones are characters from that you've seen on the Marvel movies. So if you've seen them, so now
So if it fails, it's on Disney.
exactly it's on Marvel Studios, not so much Disney, but on Marvel Studios. And I think if those shows aren't as good as advertised, I think then people will be like, oh, is Black Widow that good, or is these other movies going to be good? And you'll see a drop in the numbers. Like I said, like I don't think that these like shows are going to be as good as people like that What If show. I don't know it's going to be that good. I think it'll be good to people who like Marvel, who like comic books and shit like that. But I just don't think like people are going to like watch all those things. I don't think people are going to care because people like the movies more than the shows. It's just the way it is.
That's how I feel about the Star Wars Visions show that they announced. Like,
Yeah.
of all the content that they offered, Star Wars wise, on that was the one that was probably the lowest on my power rankings. Like that and like Acolyte, like because we don't really know anything about that High Republic era yet. They're going to start rolling that out over the next year or so. That's the new content frontier for at least.
What is the High Republic? What does that mean?
It's a few centuries. It's like the in-between period. There's the Old Republic, which is like 1,000 years or so before the Skywalker saga. And the High Republic is going to be a few centuries before, and then you'll have like the Skywalker saga and blah blah blah.
Wow.
So do you think that's the next saga? You think like Old Republic is going to be the actual saga?
I think they're leaving the Old Republic to BioWare and EA to like, okay, that's your sandbox. You can go play in that. Maybe if something like really gets over, they'll use that. But I think this High Republic era, that's the new content frontier for Disney because it's literally a clean slate in the Star Wars universe timeline that they could play in. And over this next year is when you're going to see like a lot of multimedia content rolling out for that platform. But I think what they're doing, and I'm like, this was the thing that I came most hyped about from this season 2 of The Mandalorian, is they're filling in the content in the timeline gaps with all this Disney Plus content. Like you'll see what happens in between the end of Revenge of the Sith and the beginning of Star Wars.
Yeah. Same thing. I mean, if you're really into those episode 7, but you're getting all this shit after Return of the Jedi and episode 7 too, because obviously the blood that's clearly what it's for. It's how they cloned Sidious.
Yes, I kind of think that was heavily implied.
Yeah,
because there was other things in the Battlefront game that were implied. That was something that they were working.
Obviously, clearly, that's what the kid's blood was for. And you know, and another thing I'm just happy. Like I know I might be the minority here too, but I'm happy they put the baby thing to bed because I didn't want this to be the
Baby Yoda show.
You don't think he's gonna pop up somewhere else?
I think they should give him his own show. Like even if it's like just animated shit, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like the character's gonna live on. This has been like a cultural phenomenon. Like peak Game of Thrones. I would like to see the further adventures of Grogu. Like,
no, I'm just happy he's off the Mandalorian because now you can focus on the Mandalorian,
expand on other things that character is doing. I like that this book of Boba Fett is going to like probably deal with like the criminal underworld of Star Wars. It's like that's something I feel that Solo only felt like scratched the very surface of.
Well, I feel like he's taken over what Darth Maul was in charge of.
I think he's probably taking over the power vacuum in Tatooine.
So it's probably going to be like this Western. That was Jabba's palace, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's why I let out that audible gasp as soon as I saw that building. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And then like the Hutts are all dead, so Bib Fortuna takes over.
Yeah.
The Hut. There's so much possibilities they can do. Like they can go anywhere, and it just proves that like Star Wars is going to live on forever.
Like, they didn't pay George Lucas $4 billion to make 3 mediocre franchise films and one really good spin-off.
Isn't that crazy that John Favreau saved comic book movies and then saved
Star Wars. Save the Star Wars franchise from
fucking crazy.
Literally tearing itself apart from the inside.
Dude, John Favreau deserves a medal, like a Nobel Prize.
He should be the Kevin Feige for Star Wars. Like that's it. That's our guy.
I think he is. Him and Filoni. Yeah. I think they're gonna hand the reins.
Yeah, I think he is going forward
because they give fan service, but it's not like forced fan service. Like it's not like oh here it is. Look, here's the Millennium Falcon.
No, it's actually gonna lead to things.
Yeah, so it's like
forward.
Luke Skywalker showed up. He took the kid and left. Like this wasn't gonna be like a story about him. That's it. He's like, hey. You want him to train? I got to train him, otherwise he's going to get bad. Okay, takes him. He goes, all right, see you guys later. He
I wouldn't mind a series of Luke training him.
I don't know, because I just don't know if they could pull that technology off all the time. It'd be rough.
I don't think it has to be Luke doing the training. Luke is you got to look at Luke in like the Jedi Academy, the principal.
Yeah, he's the top.
And then he'll have other people like do the training. What's crazy and what like. This kind of makes the Kylo Ren character sort of more badass because if you follow this to some sort of conclusion, Kylo Ren kills Grogu.
Yeah, Kylo Ren kills that kid.
Like, doesn't that make that character mean?
But here's my thing. I think Luke trains this little baby, then trains Leia, then opens the school. So I think maybe because he's like old as shit when it kind of happens. You know, I mean, they don't really specify how long he's been in exile, so you don't know.
They just say he left after that.
Yeah, so you don't know.
So it's at least a decade. You gotta figure he's been in.
Didn't they say it was like 20 years after Return of the Jedi?
I don't know. If that's the case, then Grogu
20-25. No, I think it's also like 30. I think it's like 30. Kylo Ren is supposed to be like in his late 20s.
Because in that case, Grogu is definitely dead.
Yeah, or like they went in hiding and like they'll bring back the character. That's how the trilogy is going to leave.
Maybe you can have like a teenage version of him hunting down Kylo Ren.
Grogu shows up. Grogu shows up on like Rey's doorstep.
Yeah.
The only character I want to see resurface really bad is Mace Windu.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Unless you're going to get like, unless you get like what Mace Windu was doing during the Clone. Mace Windu
Yeah.
was doing.
What about if he survived the fall?
I don't want to see them Darth Maul Mace Windu. I didn't like what they did to Darth. Maul just dying.
I like what they did to Maul. That was awesome.
Never know.
I like what they did to Maul because to me it made the dark side look even stronger. Like he used the dark side to stay alive.
His hate kept him alive. A man kept alive by hate.
Like that's why he can't. That's why I don't think you could do that with Mace Windu because he doesn't hate nobody. He's a Jedi. That's why I think Mace Windu's dead. Unless as Mace Windu's falling out of the window, he like one of those flying cars just accidentally like boom, like Demolition Man when fucking when
and then he lived in exile.
Yeah, and then he just kind of like, you must put me in hiding, and they put him in hiding because
you must put me in hiding, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, I gotta get hidden. Yeah,
that Anakin Skywalker motherfucker just out of window.
Zeus, like Mike Olympus.
Mace, like smash your face in.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, did Mace Windu stay in hiding throughout the whole?
Yeah.
You know, like that's why I don't think it would be a good idea to bring him back.
Old man Windu.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
M.
Like,
Jackson would do it.
Apart from like the only other person I thought that could pull up in that plane was Ezra Bridger.
No.
But I figured they're not gonna show him because I think he's gonna be the Ahsoka Tano storyline. So I think they're gonna that's why he didn't show up. And I got some people kept saying that guy from the game, and I'm like, I don't think so because
Kyle Katarn? The kid Cal Kestis. Yeah, no.
I was like, I don't think so, man, because that kid, what the fuck?
Because he pieces out. He's like, all right, yeah, we're gonna let the Force decide what these kids do.
Yeah, so I just don't. It had to.
He
be
didn't.
Luke.
It's not like he went and joined the rebellion immediately after.
Yeah, it had to be Luke Skywalker.
It had to be.
Man.
And I literally got.
What's sick is now Ahsoka Tano is gonna run into him. Obviously.
Ahsoka Tano is gonna run into Luke. Maybe she's at Kylo Ren killing all these people.
It's so titillating.
Because that's the thing, she's gonna tell him about his father, things that he might not know and that she knew.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Because it's the person who knew
Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader again. That's gonna be.
If you think for a single second that they're not gonna bring back that deep face technology for Mark Hamill, that guy is gonna be so tattooed to this universe forever now. He's not gonna go into it. What's he doing? He's not like a huge celebrity. He's not like Harrison Ford.
He's doing Uber Eats commercials with Patrick Stewart.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He's gonna be all over this shit.
Do you think the Obi-Wan series is gonna be good?
Yes.
I guess. I don't know. What this is the thing with Obi-Wan to me is he just stayed in exile in the desert. So what could he do? What does he do? He's gonna fight sand people? He stayed on Tatooine. No?
I mean, he had many adventures.
I think he's gonna be watching over Luke, and then all of a sudden, Uncle Owen's gonna come out and be like, "Hey, get away from my kid! I don't want him to grow up like his father."
I feel like they're really dropping the ball, but not just doing the Darth Vader series.
I've been reading the Darth Vader comic book series that Marvel put out over the last few years.
But here's my thing: why do you think they're bringing back Hayden Christensen? There's a reason why they're gonna bring back a name guy to put on a costume. You're not even gonna see the guy's face. He's gonna put on the costume. There's a reason because they're probably gonna give that guy his own series soon.
Yes,
and it's probably gonna be him hunting down whatever's left of the Jedi and all the other.
The Rogue One, his version of the Rogue One.
It's gonna be him building the Inquisitors
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would love a Dr. Aphra story arc. I thought that character, that's probably one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars comic book lore.
Okay, what is he like?
Very good. No, it's a woman. It's a woman Indiana Jones type. She's goes through all these archaeological sites looking for artifacts that she then sells and stuff like that. And her two sidekicks are a protocol droid that has some sort of it has assassin droid programming, essentially some sort of master assassin AI in its brain, along with the protocol thing, so it could knows how to torture people and kill people, and what they call a blasphemic droid, which is basically R2-D2 with weapons. And they show there's some panels of the assassin droid that are just very well art formed, how you could portray emotion this well from a character whose face literally doesn't move, but how they draw the character, he's like, I could tell it the sadistic glee of the eyeballs, and how good, like,
I guess I think
so
I think he'll get that. Vader will get this, so.
It's all possible now. Like, this is very clearly what they're going to do with Star Wars. They're trying to build a expanded universe. And again, through Disney Plus.
What exactly is Hayden Christensen doing that he can't put on the Darth Vader costume and make some money?
Nothing. He hasn't really done anything.
I would write a letter to Disney every day.
And I'm willing to give the guy a second chance because I don't think he's a bad actor. I think he was just there's only so much he could do with that dialogue. And
Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie.
Yes, because by that point in time, I think the actors that had been through all three movies, like Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, Samuel L. Jackson, they were kind of like taking George's script and putting their own touches on it.
Yeah.
Whereas in the other two movies, people were like too afraid to stand up to George. Like, no, I kind of want to do it this way. I kind of want to do this way. This writing really doesn't kind of work. Like, yeah, you could write this. Like, it's like what Carrie Fisher says. Yeah, you could write this, but people don't like. This is impossible for people to say word-wise in the time frame you want them to. Like, this is way too wordy. So let's make this work. I would like to see what he could do with like somebody else writing scripts for it.
Well, you'll see. He's obviously going to have.
I mean, they're heading in the right direction. I don't see how they can really fuck this up.
They've righted the ship because like there was a lot of Star Wars fans that were just, that's it. Like, this is all we get. Like, there was like, unlike Marvel, there's like, all right, yeah, they're very clearly going to keep doing this because these are very successful movies. But while they were somewhat successful, they weren't nearly as successful as the Marvel movies. Star Wars kind of like in this creative limbo, and now.
I know one thing. I'm going to be broke. At least wonderful things they're coming out with.
Yeah, like if you don't think Star.
Yeah, they're definitely
the Mandalorian.
They're definitely gonna release like all the fucking Mandalorian.
Dark Saber, that's what I want.
Yeah. You'll get a Black Series Dark Saber in the next 2 years. You're gonna get probably. I wouldn't be surprised if you get the spear.
You can make that. That's not that hard.
Yeah.
Somebody will probably really hurt themselves with that shit.
It won't be sharp.
Somebody like poked their eye out. Some kid.
I already saw some guy on Facebook. He did a whole season 2 cosplay, and he had the whole Beskar armor with the spear.
The spear and the rocket, the jetpack.
Yeah. It's just, goddamn, how are you ahead of the curve? Like, Jesus Christ.
I want to know like how they did it. Like, what did they really think of?
3D print.
Like, did they think? Yeah. How do you tell the exact that you only see from television? Like, are you gauging Pedro Pascal's size and how tall it is to him relative?
Yeah, you got some smart motherfuckers who will take a picture and then scale it from just the picture that they
right.
You know, so it's like crazy, but
that was another thing. Like, cool. There was some like shots in that like that I had never seen before. Like, you would never saw the down angle view of a TIE fighter from behind, so you could see like inside the engine port.
Yeah,
never saw that before.
That just comes with the ability to like the computer graphics that they can do now.
Yeah, and the attention to detail of the people working on it. Like, I think the directorial team this year was on par with last year's. Peyton Reed hit it out of the park with the 2 episodes that he had to do. He had to do a lot of heavy lifting. Robert Rodriguez hit it out.
Yeah. So do you think like season 3 is going to be like them chasing Mandalorian, making him want to fight them?
I think it's. I think it's literally going to start right where that left off, and you're going to see Bo-Katan turn.
Yes.
Because she keeps calling him, "You're part of the Watch. You're part of the Watch." So he was part of Death Watch. So they don't get along as it is, and you could already see it at the beginning of this episode that him and Boba Fett stood side by side while her and Sasha Banks stood like. So you can already kind of see.
I forget what the character's name was.
Yeah. Right? So you can already kind of see
that tornado DDT that she did with the jetpack was pretty nice.
Pretty unnecessary, but you know, she was already in the air. She was already in the air. Yeah.
Leave it to a typical.
I thought she was gonna.
Leave it to a typical spot monkey to overdo a spinning DDT.
I thought she was gonna hit a meteor on somebody. for real. Like, just,
but for what it's worth, though, I will say she's fantastic in the show.
she did a great job.
Great job, yeah.
They picked the casting right for that guy. I wonder how it would happen to. I guess probably.
So, would you say she was boss?
No.
She was very clearly sidekick.
Yeah, I would say the best chick on that show is Gina Carano. Or actually, the Asian chick, Ming Wing Yen. I think she's awesome.
But yeah, she was really good too.
Yeah. And I just like at the end that her and Boba Fett just take over that place. Like, yeah, this is my house now. And he just shoots the guy, throws the guy off the throne, and sits on that shit like a gangster.
She goes to the back and like looks and takes a bit like out of the fucking thing.
This is my death.
Oh.
He's like,
it's gonna be so.
He's like, look at me.
I'm the king now.
I'm the king now. Yeah, I'm the.
I run this.
I'm the Godfather now. Like,
I run this town.
Oh, you have to wait for a whole year to see that shit. The Book of Boba Fett.
I wanted to be.
They got to make it. At first, I thought it was going to just be an actual book. Then I'm like, no, this has to be probably a show.
Yeah. There was talk in the community. No, before they confirmed it, there was like scuttlebutt in the community that was going to be season 3. That Din Djarin and his storyline was over with. Now it was going to be the book of season 3 was going to be the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh,
like its own spin-off series, but they said it's going to be a thing, and then the Din Djarin storyline will.
It might have been. That might have been the game plan. Like, all right, we're gonna. Yeah, but then they were probably like, but you know what? People are developing an attachment.
People love that character.
Yeah, so like we'll just keep you. But like
that reintroduction fight scene was just out of this world. How could you not like Boba Fett?
I just think to me it was funny how like they redeemed Boba Fett, and then right at the end they're like, no, he's still a bad guy.
he's still, yeah, he's a man with principles.
He's still a piece of shit. Like, you can like him, but he's still a piece of shit. Like, don't.
He's going to take advantage of the power vacuum left behind by Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, he'll be sick. As crazy as this sounds, I don't think he'll fucking do it. But if they get Harrison Ford back,
I mean, again,
he's got nothing else to do.
Well, they did announce an Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he did.
Last one.
The last one of those.
I mean, God. So that means it's not going to be the last one.
No, I think if it lived on, and if they could, if what's his name doesn't mess his career up between now and then, they'll let him carry on the franchise.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, he'll fuck up.
I mean, it's up to him.
Like, after every big movie he does, he like fucks up like really bad.
I didn't see the movie where he's like playing the Mexican thing. I didn't watch that yet.
Got a lot of backlash because he was white.
Yes.
Really?
I think so.
Yes. Yeah, they tend to frown upon that.
Hey, man, why can't you put a Mexican in there? Like Diego Luna.
Diego
They're
Luna.
taking our jobs.
Yeah. Fucking white man taking our job, man. What the fuck?
Taking all the good roles, man.
What's next? Our tacos.
Make fucking put George Lopez, man. He at least made the character funny.
For them, George Lopez is the answer to everything.
Really
George Lopez is their Steve Tucker.
He's there, Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. I always called him Steve Tucker. I was like,
hey, Steve. Yeah.
There's Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. He never answers me.
I loved your title for all your alarms.
I really do DM Steve Harvey. He doesn't answer me. Asked him for help. I asked him, make me famous like you. One time I DM'd him, I said, how do you fuck up and come back like that? Show me your power. He just never answered me.
Steve Harvey doesn't even let his employees look at him in the face. You think he's gonna answer your email?
I feel like Steve Harvey probably smells like shit, and nobody say anything to him about it.
Probably smells like Aqua Velvet.
Like he probably I feel like he just shits on himself on purpose. It makes you just smell him with that smile.
I don't think he's that fucked up. I think
what is vagina in the street?
That fucking family feud though, dude. I don't know. Is that all you expect from them for this shows, man? I mean, like, I don't really care about the Marvel stuff anymore. As crazy as that sounds, I don't really care.
Well, I think Marvel's always been a movie thing.
Yeah,
and now, like,
I think once Black Widow comes back, it's gonna be what's next all over again.
I don't think so. I really
don't think so. You don't think Black Widow's gonna be good?
No.
I think
it'll be serviceable. Like, it'll be like
I want a Doctor Doom.
Yeah, but you're getting him in Fantastic Four. Like,
no, I want him before Fantastic Four. I need him all alone. Give me an origin story.
You ain't getting that. That ain't working. You think they're gonna give that guy a fucking origin story? They didn't even give Thanos an origin story.
He's a bigger villain than Thanos.
No, not really. He
has more reach.
He's really just a Fantastic Four villain. Like
he's just a Fantastic Four villain that they grafted onto the Marvel universe.
They just, people like him.
Thanos was this large cosmic threat. Like Thanos was cosmic.
Doctor Doom's not even the main villain for this phase. Kang the Conqueror is.
I think he's next.
I think you have to build the character.
Yeah, I think they got to build Doom up. I don't think they're just gonna give Doom this.
Yeah, I think he's next.
I think you put Doom on a pedestal a little too much. But I think the next big villain would probably be the Skrulls because they're gonna do Secret Invasion.
Yes. I don't think they're gonna make them villains. I don't think they're gonna do that.
I don't know.
I think they're gonna make him some kind of villain in that one movie that they're gonna do with Nick Fury.
That's what I'm saying. It's a show.
And I think that's it. I don't think they're gonna be like theatric villains.
I think that's also why we're not getting a Mace Windu thing anytime soon because
he's doing Nick Fury.
He's Nick Fury. He can do both, but I think Disney wants him more in that than they would in anything Star Wars related. Which I think Tony might be right about this because they're gonna have to build the Skrulls up as like these good guys. So when the turn, like, oh, we're helping this wayward species trying to take it, and they're just like, no.
And there are some good Skrulls, but there are a lot of bad Skrulls.
I mean, they're pretty big faces right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're so far.
Talos.
Talos. Well, I think that's the breadcrumbs, I guess you could say. So here you go. We're gonna feed you in it, and then they're gonna.
I think the multiverse is gonna introduce the X-Men and stuff. They have so many characters back now that they don't have to focus on Avenger villains. Like, so it's not going to be like this. Like that's why I think they're doing this shit with Spider-Man because they're basically trying to tell you, like,
that's Sony. I think that's
Sony. That's Sony and Marvel, pal.
Yeah,
like, that's both. Yeah. But they're basically trying to tell you, like, this is like we're not doing another huge Avengers moment thing. Like we did that. This now
have to build to it.
Yeah, because now you're going to get Fantastic Four. You're going to get X-Men. There's going to be like groundwork that they're going to have to lay. Wars. I just don't see it because, like,
Vader.
The thing, my big issue is you can't, like, you got rid of the two main guys that really are the forefront of a lot of these stories, Captain America and Iron Man. But now it's going to be Wolverine and it's going to be Captain. Like I was reading today, it's like Captain Marvel and Kamala Khan are going to have the same type of relationship as Iron Man and Peter Parker. Why are you comparing them? Just make the fucking movie. Stop telling people what it is. Just make the fucking movie. Okay, the reason she calls herself Miss Marvel is because she looks up to Carol Danvers. That's it. Just put it in the fucking movie and let people go with it. You don't have to tell everybody, oh, she's going to have this, because we have to, because, now that Iron Man and Spider-Man, like Iron Man's dead, and we're going to make an Iron Heart show so everybody knows that, like, girls, like, enough. Just do it.
Yeah, they're forcing it. Unlike Star Wars. They're forcing it.
Exactly. That's my issue with Marvel. That's why I don't care about Marvel no more.
I'm just glad they didn't make her the Black Panther. I would have been pissed about that. I already hate the Black Panther, but make him a female?
They are. It's gonna be Shuri.
Oh, they said they're not gonna recast it. They're gonna do something.
No one else is gonna be T'Challa.
They're not gonna recast T'Challa. That doesn't mean the Black Panther mantle is gonna be passed on to somebody else.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I think you're in for a huge disappointment, pal.
I'm not gonna watch the movie then.
Buddy, get ready for an all-female Avengers. Just get ready. That's all I'm telling you.
I'm just gonna call it this the Marvel Women's Auxiliary.
Yeah. They're gonna make it.
Write a letter.
That's why you're getting Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. That Russian chick is taking over for Black Widow. The chick in Black Widow, the wears white. She's the new Black Widow coming out of the Black Widow movie. So she's gonna be Black Widow going forward in the MCU. So get ready for that. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. So now get ready for Ironheart, because they already cast her, Riri Williams. the black chick who becomes Iron Woman.
I think these are all shows. I don't think that's getting on a big screen.
Yeah, but they're all MCU Disney Plus shows, so they're all going to lead to a big A-Force all-woman Avenger cast.
I don't think that's going to happen because I'll write letters.
Who are you? What are you, John Disney?
With big words and threats.
Yeah, they'll send you a Captain Marvel replica fucking shirt to hang on your wall, and you'll be fine.
I'll tell them to go fuck themselves. It's not gonna happen. I won't let it happen. I'll write letters. I'll tweet.
Are you gonna go into jihad for this? Or are you gonna like suicide bomb yourself?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
You're gonna wear a giant white vest to Disney World and plug your...
Just get ready. Listen, you literally got 10 years of blissful fucking comic book movies. Now you're gonna get a few of the ones that you don't want to see. I really believe
they have to build. They have to build a further.
They'll turn. We'll turn on Marvel. We'll do it. We'll riot.
I don't.
They have Star Wars. They have Star Wars now. It can be cyclical. It's like
balance.
Always balance there is in the Force. Now
we'll go Star Wars. Marvel before Blade. That's what we'll go back to. I swear. I mean,
like that's the thing. Like they're making movies now, like Blade. Like Blade to me was only popular because it was like the first movie of its kind.
It's a lot of pressure
at that time.
That's a lot of pressure to live up to. That first Blade movie was iconic. Like to remake an iconic movie, you're putting yourself under a lot of pressure.
That movie, movie was iconic.
Out of the park, 5 stars, people are gonna shit on it.
That movie was iconic, but it wasn't iconic to a point like where you're like it's this amazing movie. It was a cult following because people. Like, especially at that time, there wasn't many vampire movies like that. So it was like I said, it was like, and I don't even think it did well in theaters, if I'm not mistaken. It did
well enough in theaters for them to make a second one, third one.
Yeah, well, no, because I think DVD sales did better. I think it was one of those movies where like the theatricals didn't do well, but when it got to home distribution,
home video,
that's when it made its money. So they made a second. And then inevitably a third movie, which was a pile of dog shit. But those movies were like the first. Like people didn't even know Blade was a Marvel character when that movie came out. They just thought it's a vampire hunter. Like no one knew that it had anything to do with Marvel Comics because he was so like obscure. Like
that's how they do it. I mean, do you think he's gonna show up in Michael Morbius?
Obviously, because now you have to because everything.
It's not obvious though. It's not obvious though.
Yeah, it is. It all connects, dude. Like it's
because Sony made Michael Morbius, so it's not obvious.
Yeah, but Sony and Marvel are clearly still working together. They clearly still are because the time.
But I just feel like they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't be that obvious with the shit. Like they wouldn't do it like blatantly. Like, oh, here's Blade. Even though we want,
they're not gonna put him in, but he'll probably have a post credit where it's like, oh, somebody's been hunting you. What? Yeah, vampire hunter or blah blah blah. And they won't like
showed up on the wrong man's radar, Michael.
Yeah, something like that. Where like at the end of the movie, you think Michael Morbius is all like, oh, good, I can live with this disease. And then,
why do you sound like Michael Jackson?
And then you find out.
Why did you say Michael Morbius sound like?
Because I don't know, it's Jared Leto. I don't know. I can't. I have a disease and I need blood, but I'll be okay. I'll make songs and be in a band and blah blah blah. And then comes Blade. Then here comes Blade going, "Excuse me, what do? You suck blood? Not today. Not on my watch, bud."
Guess who killed my mother?
Yeah, not today, motherfucker.
Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
So I don't. I think the guy's gonna look like Blade. I don't think I think people. It's kind of like Conan the Barbarian, where it's like
fight scenes have to be amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like Conan the Barbarian, where Arnold Schwarzenegger set the bar mad high in terms of the films. That when they remade the movie and they cast Jason Momoa, everybody was like, Jason Momoa can't play Conan. Well, no, it's because Arnold looked like and Arnold, in fact, didn't look like Conan. If an actual reader of Conan the books, like I am, you would know that Jason Momoa looked more like Conan than Arnold. Arnold just had the physique that Hollywood wanted. So that's what all these morons that never really read the books, or they'll see Arnold and they think that that's how it's supposed to be. So like so many people, like Wesley Snipes set the bar mad high for Blade, like mad high. So this guy is gonna have to. He's not gonna be fucking Wesley Snipes.
He's not as good as a Marvel.
Yeah,
it's a lot of
Obviously.
pressure.
because Wesley Snipes did a lot of that shit himself. Because he has.
But for sure, he's a better actor.
He's a real martial artist. He's a real martial artist.
Yeah, but he's a terrible actor, Wesley Snipes.
But he doesn't pay his taxes either.
No,
no, he doesn't.
Like Trump.
But they made Keanu Reeves into a believable martial arts expert for the Matrix movies.
Yeah.
So they could
no.
Marshall Ali is dedicated enough.
I'm not saying that guy's gonna not look the part and do a good job. I'm just saying the bar is set really high because of how. And that's the thing. These movies have a cult following. They don't have like they're not these blockbuster movies. They're just cult movies. Like because when you talk about Blade, usually people remember the third one and they say that it sucks. People, you gotta like remind.
People remember Ryan Reynolds.
But yeah. You gotta remind them about this. Like the second, to me, the first one was really the best one. The second one was very long. It was like I went and saw the second one 4 times in theaters because I was a huge fan of Blade. Like I love Blade, the Blade movies. I had the DVDs, I had them all. But I remember telling people like when we walked out of theaters, like the second's good, but I would go see the first one 100 times because I loved the first one so much because it was the first of its kind. Like it was like shortly after Blade, then X-Men came out. Like Blade kind of opened the doors to comic book movies.
It was like, holy shit, what is this?
But it was a comic book movie done right. It was rated R. It was very violent. It had to be that way. You couldn't have an X-Men like a PG-13 version of Blade. It wouldn't have worked. It would have been
You're
hokey.
right in saying that. A lot of people didn't know that was was a part of Marvel.
Nobody knew. Nobody. You don't know until you get the DVD and look at the back and you see the Marvel logo on the bottom.
Exactly.
That's when you know. You're like, oh shit, it's a Marvel thing? And then you go back and but I knew him he was in the Spider-Man comics. And he was in the Spider-Man cartoon. He was on that cartoon.
Later, then he was in the Spider-Man on the animated series. They had the Blade.
He was in the Blade series. He was in the cartoon because the cartoon came out in 95 and 97. So he was right there. And the movie dropped as his episodes came out. So they kind of coincide. So people were like, oh shit, he's actually in the Marvel. Like it's a comic book movie.
That's very smart. That was very smart of Marvel, though.
That was back then, but it was because it was a Fox movie, if I'm not mistaken. Blade.
New Line.
Yes.
Was it New Line?
New Line Cinema. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. But
which was a Fox company, Warner Brothers company.
So I think they coincided with each other. Like, oh, he's like in season Spider-Man and pop pop pop. So like, but you have to like be a comic book fan to know that. Like if you don't like, but like here's the thing, like this fucking girl that I knew that's in that vampire bullshit, she loved Blade because of the vampire lifestyle was so like, oh my god, this is how they would be. And like so people were in like vampire culture, like even like Chris Race, for instance, loved the way the vampires are depicted.
Can I tell you a story?
This is gonna be a Chris Ray story.
Oh, this is a Maddie Ming heartbreak story.
Oh boy,
is it about a vampire?
Yes, it is about a vampire.
A vampire chick broke your heart.
Yes. Did I tell the story already?
No.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
So I had a girlfriend, and yeah, this is. I'm not gonna say all the specifics because I don't know who's listening. But I had a girlfriend. I was with her for a long time, very early age, 19. Young Maddie Ming. Fresh chicken, as they would say. And we lived together.
Living together at 19. Wow.
19, I would say from 19 to like 25. And I loved the girl. She was my first love. You know how it is, first love. We were living together. It was like a marriage kind of. And she fucking broke my heart with a vampire. She cheated on me with a fucking guy who believed he was a fucking vampire.
Oh,
like literally, like he like his MySpace was like all fangs and shit like that, and he was gothic and shit like that. And I saw her phone, and he was like, "Oh, baby, I want to bite you all over your like body tonight with my fangs," like shit like that, and she was just eating it up.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, dodged a bullet on that one, pal.
Yeah. I remember Chris Ray's told me about how he was in a coven, and they went to a I forgot where they went. They went somewhere, but they had to sit together. They had to do everything together, and he was at like a baseball game or some shit, and they was sitting with his coven, and then his boys showed up, and he just wanted to go say hello to the coven. Wouldn't let him go say hello to his boys, and he was just like, you know, fuck this, I don't need this shit, and he became his own vampire. Yeah.
I always felt like if you're a vampire, then you must like hepatitis C.
It's dumb.
I picture the goth kids from South Park.
Yeah. Like
nasty.
This girl Emily that was into that vampire bullshit said to me one time, she said, I'm going to a blood rave. I go, what's a blood rave? She goes, remember Blade? The first opening scene from Blade? I go, yeah. She goes, that.
You really do that?
And I said what I said. I said, they really do that? I was like, you just dance and like fake blood falls on you? She goes, yeah, it's so crazy and amazing. And I'm like looking at her, I'm like, you fucking people are weird.
Oh, it's fake blood, right? It's not real blood.
You dodged a bullet on that one, pal.
People are weird. They go like this,
I remember I saw a text message. I saw a text message, and he was like, how do you? She was like, he asked her, how do you see me? And she's like, how do you want me to see me? He was like, I want you to see me naked, standing in front of you with the moonlight sparkling off my fangs. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And that was real.
They get people.
That was real.
Like you know what it is like chicks are into the vampire lifestyle.
They watch the Lost Boys and they're smitten.
Lost Boys, and interview with a vampire. You notice all those movies always depict vampires.
What was the one with Aaliyah?
Queen of the Damned.
Queen of the Damned.
What was the HBO one that they went crazy over?
True Blood.
Yeah, they went crazy over that shit. They had wine, True Blood wine.
That's what I'm saying.
Beer.
That's what I'm saying. People were like, people into that lifestyle were like, oh my god, vampires are so cut and ripped. Because if you ever noticed the way they depict vampires are like these like jacked, white, silky looking, smooth dudes that are like just.
You know why? Because it stems from Vlad Tepes, who like drank the blood of the people he killed in war and put people's heads on spikes and stuff like that.
It's fucking weird. People are weird, man. Girls are like, oh my god, did you see when that vampire came into the window?
It literally, it's Romanian mythology.
Yeah, so dumb. So dumb.
It is the silliest. It is the silliest of all the nerd subtrends because they're nerds. That's just unfortunately those are our people. They're just a weird sect.
Go to Comic-Con, you'll see them.
You see him.
Yeah. And most times they're either skinny ass white girls or fat broads, like fat gross women. You're just like, okay.
I know a lot of fat Mexican women. I know a lot of fat Mexican.
If a vampire sucked your blood, he'd be sucking it for like 6 weeks. And it tastes like marinara sauce, you fat cunt.
You'd have to do it fast because it would just all shoot out because it's so pressurized.
Exactly.
It's gonna...
I wonder what skinny girl's blood tastes like.
Virgin blood. That's like apparently a big thing.
It's a big thing, yeah.
It's a cult nerds. It's people that don't go all the way and become Satanists.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is.
But not even Satanism is not really even about that.
Yeah, no. Like it's like Trekkies or like people who love Star Wars and they wind up and they dress up as the character to go to the movies. You know, like they're like.
No, the people that dress like that all the time because there's fine to go to a movie dressed like that. That's fandom. Yeah. But if you dress like that all the time, like
you know what makes me laugh. You know what's funny, and this is crazy, but I usually judge the people who go to movie theaters in costume.
Yes.
So it's like the jerk off that's like, look at this idiot. Why is he?
If it's a good costume. Yeah, I know. We know plenty of people.
Yeah, you lean over and I want to go to the guy and go, why does it bother you so much?
Yeah, what's wrong with this?
That's Greco's friend who does that. Greco's friend does that.
Yeah, like, are they making you wear the costume? No. Then shut the fuck up and let them enjoy the movie. Who the fuck are you to impede on their happiness? Leave them alone.
Such a beta thing to do.
It's so dumb. Like, look at this idiot. Why does he think? What does he think? He's in the movie? Maybe. That guy works hard for his money. If he wants to take his money and buy a Jedi costume and swing a glow stick around the city of New York, let him. Who gives a fuck?
That's what I did for Halloween.
He's not spending your money. Leave him alone.
It's gatekeeping is what it is.
Fucking A, man. You know
You're
what it is?
gatekeeping in life.
Like, I'm all for, like, alpha male shit. I'm all for being, like, I can take care of my girl. But if that guy, he's with his girlfriend, him and his girlfriend are fucking happy, she's dressed like a Jedi, he's dressed like a Jedi, they're dancing with the sticks, with the blade lightsabers, and they're having a blast. Who gives a fuck? Let them have a blast. But, like,
Yeah,
when I see couples at Comic-Con and you go with other people, like, who go, like, look at these two idiots. But you're at Comic-Con. Like, what did you expect? Like this is where you can be. This is where weirdness is.
They really enjoy dressing up. Like the couple times I dressed up, I enjoyed myself. It was fun.
It's fun. It's basically like adults being able to just be kids for the weekend.
Be themselves.
I just want to be loose. I just want to.
It's like adult Halloween.
Yeah, I just want to pretend that I'm a character in a movie for 3 to 5 hours. Like, can I get 3 to 5 hours to play pretend? Like I mean, give me a fucking break. I mean, some people take it a little too far. They start putting fucking mechanical moving parts and smoke blowing out, and girls basically dress like what you would see at a strip club. But to each his own. I'm not gonna stop you.
Well, everything comes in exploitation. So
yeah.
Nothing can ever stay pure.
There's like nothing is funnier to me than when you see like models dressed up, and you go, "That's a great costume. I'm a big fan of that character," and they don't know who you're talking about, but they just dress they dress like that because
they saw the character. They see other people.
Yeah, they just saw.
I'm good enough. I'm good looking.
Yeah, I got a nice body. I can pull that off.
Well, it's funny is the amount of Jessica Neal.
Yeah,
like. That is very clearly now just a stereotypical cosplayer. Like,
it just what it was is I knew eventually the fad was gonna pass and it was gonna shake out all the real cosplayers, all the chicks who are actual nerds.
But people were gonna find their role.
Yeah, and then you have
the cosplay,
the ones
and then people who just like being models.
Yeah, I don't want to say exploiting it, but like taking advantage of the fact that
their fan base. They know who their fans are.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
They're not really taking advantage. They're marketing themselves properly because they know what their fans want.
I just hate the ones that like they dress like crazily like sexy or revealing, and then they get mad when they get the comments. I'm like how are you like dressing that crazy and then don't expect people to say something about it?
You're chumming the waters and then surprised that they're sharks.
Yes, exactly.
Man.
Or if you want to use a less dominant fish metaphor, like go whatever. Don't be surprised when you lay out bait.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, well, you know why? And I'm gonna hit you with a Dennis Reynolds line because it's usually ugly guys that say things to these girls. Because if these dudes were smoking hot guys going, "Oh, girl, you're so hot," let me tell you something. They probably get 100 messages. Okay, out of 100, about 15 to 20.
They probably get 100 an hour.
That's what I'm saying. Well, let's just say 100 messages in a day. Let's just say 100 messages in a day from a bunch of guys. 25 of those messages, I guarantee you they respond back. Because the guy is good looking. And they like, okay, fuck it. And I'm going to answer. But then the 75 that are fat, hideous chuds, they ignore. They're objectifying. Yeah, they're objectifying me. They're saying this. Well, if you send a dick pic, you're a fucking moron.
Like you're an animal.
You're an idiot.
It's great when they like get put on blast and like some people just lead in with that. Like don't even say hi, just dick pic right there.
That's what I'm saying. If you do that shit, you're a fucking moron. If they ask for it, they ask for it.
This is what I'm here for.
Like that's another thing too. I hear girls always talk about. They open up the message and it's just a dick pic, and it's like, but you know what? It is we get to a point now where men don't want to say anything, so they just send you a picture of their penis and you just rate it.
I think some people just have
but
that.
I feel like that must be working. Like if a ratio of like 10 to 1, if like that one girl like accepts it and talks back, that's why they keep sending the dick pic because that one girl.
Yeah.
Mathematics.
They play the odds. They play the numbers. Man, I don't know. I just think if you're sending dick pics right away, you're a moron. At least try to like gauge the situation, and that's the thing too. Because you can't even be cool with like a chick now. Like you can't even say I like your costume, it's nice, because then they just assume that is.
It ruins it for the rest of us.
Yeah,
they're not animals.
Well, the ones that like literally, I'm not like, there's beautiful women at Comic Con. I'm not saying there aren't, but there are some girls at Comic Con that really deserve more credit than others. But they sometimes get overshadowed because they don't have giant cans, or they don't have their whole fucking midsection showing. You know, and it sucks for them. Like, you feel bad for them. And I know that they notice it. And I'm sure they complain about it. They just do it in private. They're not gonna fucking bitch and moan like, oh, look at these fucking whores that are walking around here in booty shorts. Or I saw one girl.
They do.
I saw one girl dressed as Emma Frost. She literally had a white thong on.
Yes.
Like,
she had the shawl covering her. But
yeah. She was walking around Comic-Con with a white thong and a fucking white corset. Like, that's literally it. And I'm like thinking in my head, like.
First of all, it's November or like
October. Like I'm thinking in my head, like, God bless you. You came out of your fucking house that way, but you now like literally taking attention away from the one girl who's dressed fully in armor or like a Monster Hunter costume. Unless you're into that kind of genre of shit, then you might notice it. But your eyes are immediately going to go to the chick who's in lingerie. And it sucks to say that, but it's the truth. Why is it frozen? Oh,
I don't know. I was looking at something on the other.
It's just that's what it is. That's why I got out of cosplay, man. Because I'm not jacked up like some.
Yeah, great. Well, you need to go back and start making it again. I don't know if you can like. I don't know, because you made like some great fucking fantastic pieces.
I'm just not into it, man.
I think you're really fucking missing out on your calling. Like, I think you're a master builder. You're a forger.
I don't think so.
Just start building, like, just make stuff for people. Make them commission you.
I'm bad with sizing, man. Can't size things. It's either too big or too small. I never get it just right. It's kind of annoying. Although Emily's costume came out just right. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, because she's very easy to size for because she's very wee. She's a wee one.
She's made smaller.
She's widow.
I again, and for what you just told me about.
Oh yeah, she was in all that stuff. The blood rave.
Dodge the blood on that one, pal.
Yeah.
I liked her too. She was good.
They're good people. But I don't know if I could have been there, which like this. The fucking blood is coming down.
Covered in like you went to a Guar concert.
Yeah, I don't think I could have done that shit. Like, everybody's got to wear white shirts, she said, because the red. And I'm just like looking at her. I'm like, we got to get back on the train. Come home. I'm gonna walk on the train covered in blood. You look like
you gotta find a bathroom to change it and hope they have coat check.
Exactly. I'm good. I'm good. Fucking man. People fucking crazy, man. They're weird.
That's a move.
That's their fandom, like you said. Like, people love that movie so much that they do that they do those blood rave things.
Hey, I'm a nerd. I admit it. I'm not like a nerd in public. Like, I enjoy my nerd stuff alone. I cave.
Oh yeah, well, I'm not like I'm not walking around telling everybody that Conan the Barbarian. I'm not people ask.
You're talking about Conan.
In Washington Square Park in Manhattan, there's a lot of fucking nerds there. They fucking like go there and practice their fucking lightsaber fighting and like they challenge people. Those is fucking nerds.
Some people, they take the nerd stuff a little too far. Some people try to make it comedic. Some people try to make it funny. I'm assuming like those idiots. Probably just trying to do for content. That's the problem too. Like, when you see somebody acting like an idiot now in public, you automatically, at least I do, automatically assume that they're filming it. It's for content. They're doing it. There's no legitimate reason you're acting that much like a moron unless you're going to try to put on the internet to go.
Everybody wants to be on YouTube. Everybody, it's just greed. Like, people see one person making a lot of money doing bullshit, and they want to do the same thing. So there's a lot of people just doing a lot of like craziness.
It's demystify. It's again, that's probably some of the negative aspect.
That's why OnlyFans is so popular. It's just like, girls that is used to like seeing other people make so much money off it. They're like, why not just do it? Especially during the pandemic. You know how many girls did OnlyFans during the pandemic to survive?
And I'm sure they're doing well now to the point where they don't have to go back to work.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Because
good for them.
Yeah, because why go back to work when all you have to do is play with yourself, which is probably what you're going to do at some point during the day anyway. So just film it, put it on the thing, make somebody pay for it, and get some money out of it. Like that's a good business model. You're going to do it anyway. So just get paid.
If I get paid per jerk off per day,
do you know today I said to my shrink that I wish I was a beautiful woman, because right now I'd be just rolling in money. I would. Like, if I was a hot chick, dude, I would play with myself at will on camera just to get paid.
I want to do OnlyFans. I want to do the OnlyFans, but I want to do it like I want to be naked, and I just want to be holding my lightsaber or wearing my Darth Vader helmet naked. I want to be artistic with it.
Oh, dude, don't even go there. I don't want to hear that again. All right. I heard that story from the last moron I tried to help on OnlyFans. I'm not doing that again. I want to be artsy. Yeah, I'll masturbate, but I want it to be artsy. No, it's not gonna be fucking artsy. It's just gonna be you masturbating. That's what it's.
I'm gonna lay on my couch naked, and I'm gonna wear my various helmets, or I'm going to be naked and have my Captain American shield covering certain areas.
I want to do an OnlyFans, and I want to make comedic porns.
What?
Yeah.
Like, just be funny, like just tell a joke naked.
No, like silly stuff. Like the guy's trying to fuck the girl, but he can't get it up. And there's like some dialogue. There's really no sex, but they're naked, so it still counts.
I really don't think those work. I seen they have only like a lot of people do OnlyFans for like workout videos.
That's how it started. That's literally how the platform started.
Then Asa Akira walked in and was like, "Hey, everybody, look at my pussy," and everybody's like, "That works? Hey, wait, that works?" Yeah.
Patreon kicked me off.
Yeah,
you can't do this anymore.
Pay me and I'll fuck anything on camera. Oh shit, for real? That works? Jesus Christ, dude! It was like such a simple formula. And here's the thing to me too, like then they don't want to be called whores, but you know. You're sticking grapefruits and everything else up there. What am I supposed to think?
It's very specific.
Like you're gross. Dude, this one lady, 40-something years old, 48 or whatever the fuck she is. Her name is Miss Poindexter on OnlyFans for all you weirdos that want to go look her up. Okay? She gave me a free thing. Like, you know when they just gift you these free fucking subscriptions?
Right. I go join somebody else's.
I go into okay, I accept it. Takes me to her page. The very first video I see is her camera is on the floor facing up, right between her legs, and she is pleasuring herself with I'm assuming it was a dildo or a cucumber. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, this is it. This woman got it. She's like 48. I'm still attractive. I'm gonna start shoving shit up there and getting paid.
Might as well.
Like Jesus Christ.
Hard times.
I wish I was a hot girl. I wouldn't even think twice about it. And anybody who judged me, like, come see my money. Come see my paychecks, bitch.
I mean, you could probably do it now. It's just going to closeted gay men.
Yeah, I'm not going to jerk off on camera for gay men. Unless I want to do something funny. Like, you want to fuck? Come piss on me.
What's the guy who died?
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of, like, straight guys who are doing.
I want to be fucked and fucked hard.
I want to be fucked and fucked hard.
You gotta be big black.
Yeah. You just get out of jail. I'll give you a key.
We'll give you at least a key. Really? You gotta fuck me. I want to be fucked hard.
To try it out.
I'm a hot black cum slut.
What's that from?
It's we saw it on
Your Mom's House podcast.
It's an actual guy.
It's this guy who started an OnlyFans now, and it's literally his OnlyFans is him jerking off, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna come in my eye. Oh Jesus!" And he's like that, and he's making money on OnFans, like legit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, son.
And he is not an attractive dude.
No, could be me.
But here's the thing: like, I always forget that, like, outside of New York, there's the rest of America, and the Midwest is people fucking weird out there. They're like legit weirdos out there, and they're into like out of shape fat dudes jerking off. They're like into it. Like, it's weird. You know,
I think that's where the incest porn comes from.
Oh, like, for sure. The stepbrother and stepsister shit. That's right where that's the birthplace of it. Right there in the middle of the country.
in the South.
Yeah, in the South and shit. Oh, we're not related. She's my stepsister. Like, guy, that's still gross.
Our step-parents are gonna get so.
Yeah. Because like,
Or it's even worse when it's the stepdaughter, stepfather ones too.
yeah, like I always loved you, Dad, and he's like, yeah, I love you too, babe. It's like, what the fuck are you
My
doing?
mom's gonna be so mad at me.
Now, I always had a funny idea, like the stepmom stuff, where the son fucks the stepmom, and then like that always made me.
It's always best when she catches him jerking off.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta help you now because you gotta get to school, and she just starts jerking him off. And she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna suck it real quick. I'm gonna suck it because that's gonna make this go quicker.
Is that in a Pornhub search?
No.
No, but that's just. It's very clearly until they just did the purge. They had you saw that? They had the Pornhub purge.
Oh no, what was that?
Where they took away all unverified.
I'm sure a lot of
content.
people are happy with that because a lot of people's content was up there that wasn't supposed to be up there. So I think a lot of people are happy.
Yeah, it's a good thing and a bad thing because there's obviously some stuff that shouldn't have been on there that was on there, and then you got some ethically gray area stuff that was copyright stuff.
Yeah,
like old school stuff. People that aren't in the business anymore that people had their clips. And
that's
stuff
like
that.
that's like Sasha Gray's trying to be like a serious. Like I see her on radio shows and stuff like that. I think to myself,
Yeah, she's not in the game anymore.
Yeah, like dude, you used to lick toilet seats. Like I'm gonna sit here and listen to you. Like, shut the fuck up. Take your opinion and shove it up your ass. I don't care how smart you think you are. When you lick a toilet seat, you are by my law a retard.
You really like a toilet seat?
Yeah, she's doing it all the time.
Just get paid though.
Yeah, Sasha Grey is gross. She's like, I don't care. I like it. Oh, good. I hope your mouth fucking rots from the inside out. You gross slut. That's like I'm watching Twitch and Adriana Chechik is on Twitch and all I can see in my head are the big you're choking on giant cocks like all of a sudden you play video games. Now I'm supposed to believe that you're a nerd. Fucking 2 years ago you're choking on cocks. Like, now all of a sudden you're playing video games. How do I play this? Shut the fuck up. You're gross. Like enough. I'm not gonna sit here and watch your Twitch and be nice and be respectful? Are you kidding me? I watch men spit in your mouth, and you want me to be respectful? Get the fuck out of here. I can't.
Just don't watch it.
I don't. But I'm saying I see them pop up. You know when it says people you might like or whatever.
Yeah.
Like so, I see them pop up, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me with this one now? Like,
see, that really just seems like such a tease. You could probably do the same thing on my free cam.
But here's the thing. I pop on her thing, right, one time. It comes on, and she's talking, and she's crying about how somebody said something to her and it offended her. I'm thinking in my head, like, dude, 2 years ago, you had 6 dudes piping you off at one time. Now, all of a sudden, you're worried because your best friend said you don't have talent. Hey, calm down. It ain't the end of the world.
You're successful. You're like,
yeah. You got 2,500 people listening to you cry right now, and you're complaining to us that you ain't got no fuck. Get the fuck out of here. That's just like that other chick, that Aramouth chick, who just like you can watch me sleep on Twitch, but I'm gonna make money. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Literally while I'm sleeping, I'm getting paid. Like this is fucking unbelievable.
Somebody on Twitch?
Yeah.
I watched this girl sleep.
This girl literally streams her life, not games, not her life.
She'll play games occasionally.
Watch me cook. And she's cooking.
Watch me work out.
Yeah, watch me work out, and she works out. She goes, watch me tan, and it's literally a camera on the other side of the pool, watching her like this, tan. And and there's 1,500 people watching. Like, engaging in comments. Like, what the fuck?
Sex?
What? No.
No, you can't have sex on Twitch.
It's on Twitch.
Oh, it's Twitch. Oh,
yeah. And then at the end of the night, she does ASMR, where she just whispers into a microphone for 45 minutes, and then she goes to bed.
What did she say?
I don't know. She's whispering into the mic, so you can't really hear what she's saying because it's all that ASMR.
They're not words; it's sounds.
Yeah, and she's tapping on the mics, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on with this world?"
You're lying.
I swear to God. Swear to God. Yeah.
You gotta send me a link to this.
This is all like legitimate shit that you can do now because you're a pretty girl. But you know the field isn't level. Like no, it's not, it is level. You just don't know how to cash in. Now you're figuring it out. Oh, these meatheads just like to see my titties. Okay, you fuckfaces. I'll let you see
She'll
my
learn her
titties,
lesson. She'll
but you
learn
have to
her
pay.
lesson.
$100 a month on Patreon.
That's it. Hey, subscribe to my OnlyFans for $59 a month, and you get to see the goods. Okay, you got it. And we're dumb meatheads. They'll be like, okay, I can't believe we get to see this stuff. Like, hello. Like, Jesus Christ. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you have opportunities, because, like I said, like you said, I can jerk off on OnlyFans, but who's gonna watch it? Weird creep old men in the Midwest going, oh my God, you see this weird Guinea guy from New York? Like,
Oh, they love that.
I'm gonna be the no face girl.
yeah.
No face guy.
Just like,
You know who's cleaning up? The black women, because all those redneck white men who closet love black women, they're cleaning up.
And black dudes fucking white girls, because again, racist interracial porn is big down south.
Because my favorite titles of porns. I don't like watching black guys destroy white women. I like the titles of the name of it, like slutty white girl angry at boyfriend, so decides to have big black cock. Like it's like things like that make me. And then you see like the thumbnail, and it's just her choking on some giant black dude's dong. And
the worst is husband watches wife get big black cock. Like,
Yeah.
why would you watch that?
Yeah.
People are into that.
Yeah, weird fucking people from the South are into that shit. Like, oh yeah, I want to watch you get fucked by a big black cock. Oh yeah,
I can't satisfy you like that.
Yeah. I would just give it the old college try. If at that point I can't satisfy you, then we bring in cucumbers and fuck. I'd rather fuck you with fruit than watch another man fuck you. Like I'd rather just do that. Like let's just jam.
You know what one of my favorite stories of 2020
What's that?
was Jerry Falwell Jr., the religious preacher guy in charge of Liberty University. You know, they was paying his wife, watching the pool boy fuck his wife.
Crazy.
Like,
dude. I mean, like,
there were some good things in 2020 that were just so great.
But you know what? That could be like a power move too. He likes they like watching. Like I like watching you be fucked because you're nothing to me. You're like
I want to watch.
Yeah. Well, fuck my whore wife. Get him fucking.
Fuck my whore wife while I watch it. Okay?
I don't give a shit because think about it. If he's watching the pool guy fuck his wife, he's probably leaving there and fucking like any kind of whore that he wants, like whenever he wants. So like if he's on the road doing something, he's probably getting some weird whore coming to his hotel room to fuck him. He doesn't give a shit. It's like weird. Like people like I usually think like the most religious people are like usually the most sexually crazed, deprived, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're like usually the weirdest ones with their sexual
proclivities.
Yeah, fantasies or whatever the fuck. It's amazing. It's amazing where this podcast went. It's supposed to be a Mandalorian wrap. And
you know,
now,
whatever.
Yeah.
False Finish Podcast.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We literally killed. We talked everything we could Star Wars and Marvel first half. We could have stopped. We just kept going.
I don't really give a shit about. Like it was a good show. It was a great season finale.
Oh my god!
And it's just set up for the third one.
So good. I've waited so long for a Boba Fett show.
Yeah, now it's here.
Finally.
We wait like heroin addicts.
Yeah.
Next year.
But you know what? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Just keep watching the first.
At least we get the gallery show next.
Yeah. Now we're gonna buy everything they fucking release until then. You're gonna buy the helmet.
I don't have that kind of funds to do that. So
I'm good. Like I got my action figure. I got my action figure prop in order, so I'm good now.
I haven't. It's the lack of fun. Then
I don't buy anymore. So
there's stuff I want. I want the Thrawn.
Oh, I get it. I'm just trying to save up for filming jobs that we're gonna be doing. Like I need to have props and stuff.
I really like of all this like that is coming. I am kicking around the idea of Star Wars fan film. Yeah. I was thinking
about one too.
Yeah, I don't want to do like every Star Wars fan film.
It's always in the desert.
It's in the woods someplace, and it's two Jedi against a Sith. They're all trying to recreate the Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon.
I wanted to fight Kevin.
I wouldn't mind doing a smuggler one.
What? Yeah, like I want to do like more black market, that kind of like the criminal underworld stuff.
I wouldn't mind doing something like that, or
like bounty hunters and
or a Jedi or like a Sith who's in hiding, so he can't really use his powers. So it's kind of like
there's the apprentice that Palpatine rejected.
Yeah, something like that. I wouldn't mind doing some shit like that, or making like your own original story. Like I don't want to I don't like you said, like they try to recreate fights, or they try to like, oh, look at this. It's always
it's all very the same thing. Like,
yeah, I would like to create our own spin. So make it good, but have our own stuff. Like it's an original idea, but it's in their sandbox.
Yes,
I was always into that. I know some people don't like playing in other people's sandboxes because they're like, well, you get bogged down by what they have. Yeah, but you just use what they have, but you just...
I know. If you know the lore well in the unit, like the basic rules of the universe that you're playing in, you should be fine. Yeah. Like our associates over at Common Ramen Studios, they rarely know the power.
Oh yeah,
they know all the other stuff. That's what if they tried to make a Star Wars thing. Their story stuff might not be good. They will still just be very good, like stunt performers and stuff.
Ha 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 ha! Get the fuck out of here.
It works.
They're very good stunt performers. Let's just say that.
Work.
Yeah, they're shitty people though. I don't care. Give a fuck. They ain't never gonna watch this. So what do I give a shit? Next week we have another guest. We have Dominic De Niro who's gonna be on the show. This is gonna be nice. And then we're gonna get another guest after that. I guess we'll do it this way.
No Jess.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet because he got stuck back in the city because of the snow.
Damn.
Yeah, so he was gonna do it here on Sunday. He was gonna come here on Sunday and do it with me. But unfortunately, can't be in studio.
That would have been good just for you two.
Yeah, so he's not going to be in studio. He's going to be at his house. So we're going to do another Zoom bullshit.
I think they said over Christmas, Zoom is going to lift the 40-minute limit on the free calls. So,
well, in 2021, I'm going to try to get an office space, a studio space, so we can just be in the studio all the time. Like, I think this enough of this bullshit. So,
as long as we have enough money in the YouTube to make it.
Come to the Cave of Ming.
The Ming Cave, yes, will be.
Definitely have to mosey on down there at some point and record there. I'm bringing back Cook 'em While Baked. That's coming back soon. I'm just trying to hammer out the details.
What you want to cook or where you want to film?
A little bit of both, like where I want to do it and what exactly I want to be preparing and who I want on it. Because I don't know if I just want me or if I want my people on it.
You have to have somebody. You have to have somebody helping you, or at least some. Because obviously you're going to like how you cook. You have to have somebody else.
We'll see.
You should get a female like counterpart.
Well, we don't really have a deep roster female.
So.
Not the one who should not be mentioned, Voldemort.
Yeah. We don't have that great of a deep of a roster female wise. So.
I don't have a deep bench, man. So I'll figure it out, but it's coming back for sure.
We'll get whatever free agents we could get.
Yeah.
Good.
MBW is coming back next year for sure. I could say next year since it's next year.
2021. This is gonna be. We should do like after the Dom interview for Christmas and New Year as a best of 2020. So like what we thought was the best of each thing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Content. I'm thinking of future content.
We got to get back into skits and stuff like that. We haven't done that in a while. I don't mind doing that.
We haven't because again we don't have a deep bench.
Man,
the creative department is.
Well, I think I want to do prank calls.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
We'll discuss that.
The Jerky Boys, the Jerky Mings.
Yes. I'm serious though. I used to do them as I was a kid. I used to do them.
You have to be able to do the voices because those would make those old Jerky Boys calls funny.
Hello? What a box.
The funniest one, and it wasn't. Remember when the Jerky Boys had a
movie?
That's how crazy that comedic phenomenon was.
Yeah. I remember in the mid '90s when you couldn't find those tapes. Like it was
those
hard.
were like
they were flying
that was like Dice Clay. That was like Dice.
The Jerky Boys. The Jerky
It's
Boys.
After you listen to this pod, you go on YouTube, you listen to Jerky Boys, you smoke a blunt, you'll have the best night of your life.
The Jerky Boys were basically the Impractical Jokers of the early 90s.
But it was real. It's not this fake shit where like half the stuff is
staged. Heavily staged.
These are real calls.
Yeah, they were legit.
Sal Rosenberg. You kick my dog. The pizza terror.
Kick my dog was the one.
Yeah.
My life.
Why did you do it? You kicked my dog.
Shut up.
Shut up. Stop it the fuck.
They could not. They could not do that stuff now.
Oh my god.
Like that was like what really like how Crank Yankers became a thing was from the Jerky Boys.
Yes.
It was like nostalgia of the Jerky Boys.
I feel like that was that wasn't like that started as a New York thing.
For sure.
And then grew national. Great Jerky Boys reference on the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely
the Jerky Mittens.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for me. Probably calling people, I guess.
I'm gonna. Hey, I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna be calling my friends.
Well, good thing I have fucking call.
Yeah. That was another reason why the Jerky Boys worked back then. There was no call waiting, no caller ID. Caller ID, yeah.
That's why you have pingers and fake numbers.
Yeah, I have. There's also a feature on the call silencing. Suspicious number or number that's not in your phone.
People at their jobs.
Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed The Mandalorian. Hope we didn't spoil it. Catch next week's episode. This episode will be out today, Saturday. So it'll be out today, and then Monday, Dominic's episode will be out. So keep an eye out for that. And keep an eye out for all this shit that we got coming up. That's Brandon. That's me. I'm Tony. And this is
everybody.
Podcast.
Skip that daily.